watching ESPN and hearing in the media like, oh, Memphis gonna kill St. Louis, that kind of motivated me, like kind of like, don't even worry about this injury, the pain, the pain's there, but I don't feel it.
Just touched down, back on road, counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my bitch to strike a pose. Hop in mode, hop in mode.
First of all, I appreciate you coming to the Barcode podcast. You know what I'm saying? We cooking up things, dog, and to have you on the show is
I appreciate it to be here, man. Appreciate it for having me on the podcast, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. We go way back, man. Scholars for life, right?
Scholars for life, baby.
Yeah, scholars for life, man. But no, this is what I wanted to start off with, man. So you was a young pup on Dominican, right? How many go balls you got? Is it about 2, 3?
Two.
You got 2. So
yeah.
you incoming freshman, you the young pup, while y'all making that state run. Man, how was that for you, bro? Did you playing with J.R. Smith and everything? I mean J.R. Blunt, I'm sorry.
No, I mean it was no, what's crazy was even just the process of going to high school, like my first, like I wasn't even supposed to go to Dominican at first, you know what I'm saying? So at the time, Rufus King was the big powerhouse, and I was supposed to, go there, but kind of signed up kind of late, and then at the time I had to go to a school in my district, which was Madison, and my mom, she wasn't trying to have that, luckily, got in contact with some people at Dominican, and come with a freshman, incoming freshman, it was like 4 or 5, 6 seniors at the time on the team, so. I came in with a bunch of vets, nervous, and excited to play high school ball. So, some of the guys with J.R. Blunt, Ben Haley, Brandon Brown, some other cats was there, and man, it was a great experience, just to come in and learn from them guys, and try to continue the legacy that them guys had, before I came, so.
Yeah, that's dope. So you know what? Of course I don't know this, but I remember you becoming an incoming freshman, Kwamain Mitchell, and plus I've been knowing you for years. And then you got Corey Lucius, incoming freshman the same year you coming. Like, did y'all talk? Like, was you about to go to? Did you know he was going to King? Like, that would have been crazy because he went to King for a year, right?
Yeah, I mean, me and Corey, we bump heads throughout the AAU circuit, and to be honest, I didn't even know he was going to King, so yeah, I think that's probably why it was so difficult for me to get in because I think Coach Guys already had his roster set up and everything, and then and so I mean it was just it was a kind of how you say, interesting to see that I found out that Corey was going to Rufus King. Yeah, so at the time, like I said before, Rufus King was probably like my number one school to go to because they was the powerhouse for so many years. And with basketball they had a good academic program there. So and my mom was, I mean, she was all about that. So things happen for a reason. So just my career kind of went to the Dominican side, which I mean I don't regret at all. It's a great school. Got me prepared for college. So yeah, I mean that choice definitely didn't hurt me. My career. So.
Okay, yeah, we know it did, man. We know it did, man. Y'all got the gold balls in the building, man. Yeah, so that's good. So, okay, so you once them guys leave, Brandon Brown, JR and them, now it's your team when they leave, right?
Right.
What was about your junior, senior year, right?
My sophomore year.
Sophomore year. It was sophomore year. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sophomore year. I know the role, you was the main guy. So how did it go for you after that? Who did you have on that team?
Um, I mean, like I said, I think one of the biggest benefits for me, coming in as a coming freshman was I was around a lot of like vets, and I feel like and then getting a lot of playing time and and learning the game from at a young age got me prepared for my sophomore year. And uh, kind of like made me a better leader. At a young age. And putting a lot of weight on my shoulders and um some of the guys that I played with in my sophomore year, we have Marcus Morgan, JDY. Some of the guys that I played in AAU circuit, AAU circuit, my boy Petey. So, just those, it was crazy how we all ended up, going to Dominican, and yeah, so I think that helped out with the chemistry, and having a having just a group of guys who got along on and off the court. And then with the coach at the time, Coach Wallenstein. I mean, he's a great coach, and and he my whole 4 years got me prepared for college. So I think, like I said before, that freshman year with all those guys, and and just playing, going to state, man, like at a young, I'm small, I'm skinny, young buck out there, and just and I think my one of the things that kind of helped me to get out the year, my freshman year was I was a little bit nervous at the beginning, like trying to make mistakes, and don't want to make mistakes, like because I'm playing with a group of vets, like it's kind of like the train moving, but we ain't waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? The train moving, we ain't waiting for you. So I just like just my competitiveness, and trying to and be coachable. I'm a very coachable guy, so just listening, and taking criticism from them guys, and and just going with going with the flow. I feel that those guys really accepted me, and appreciated my hard work, that year when we won it. So I think, yeah, that freshman year was definitely a memory that I can never forget, man.
Yeah,
Never
for
forget.
sure. Yeah, man. Great memory, man. That's you got a lengthy resume, and all the hard work you put in since you was a young pup is showing now. So yeah, yeah, that's dope. So going into your senior year, what all schools were offering you a full scholarship?
So I had like just like the local schools around Wisconsin area. I had Green Bay, UWM. I had in the Chicago area, I had Illinois State. Out there, I had St. Louis Billikens, Miami University, and it came down to two schools, which was St. Louis and Miami at the time. And I think at the time, Illinois, I think at the time Miami was coming off some like sanctions with the program. So that another story. And then the Billikens. I mean, St. Louis, right down the street from the crib. My mom's, she was telling me about this guy named Rick McJaris, that never heard about him, man. And he's a very known well coach. So, I went down there and took a visit. And next thing I signed on that paper, man. So yeah, that those probably like I would say the top two, three schools at the end. What's funny was because Illinois State came in the picture late too, but and he at the time it was Porter Moser was the head coach.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, St. Louis came to the picture, and Coach Moser got the assistant coach at St. Louis. So it was just, it was meant to be, man. It was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? It was meant to be, and definitely, definitely had also a great run too in my college career. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, speaking of, well, before I ask you this, I'm assuming that you chose St. Louis because it was closer, and then just like how it fell apart. I mean, how it fell together.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I didn't know that you had, the University of what is it, Miami,
Yeah.
before you. So that would have been nice being that hot weather, right?
Man, yeah, man. My mom, and like my whole career, I mean, my whole life, I've been to private schools, like private schools. So, it was, you know, I think it just things just felt, because St. Louis been a Jesuit, Dominican, elementary, grade school. So yeah, I think, like I said, it was meant to be, to keep the tradition going, and to send me to St. Louis. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool. Yeah.
yeah,
So you choose University of St. Louis. You come in, you're a starter out gate, right?
right.
So you a starter out gate. Now, how was that transition? How was that transition from high school to college? Taking that role and that responsibility, being a starting point guard for St. Louis.
That trend, I would say it was a little bit difficult for me because um, just how you say, just transition from a different coaching style that was from high school to college. And then you probably know about Rick Majerus, but he's a crazy guy, man. I love him to death, man. But he's a winner. He's a winner, and he have his own philosophy to get the job done. So just I feel like just adapting, to his philosophy of basketball and defense and offense and all this, and and like when you're in high school, you consider the man. You know what I'm saying? You consider the man, but you go to college, everybody's the man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So no, but also, just me being my position as a point guard, the ball always in my hand, so I still have control of the game, so just like kind of from high school and bringing those leadership skills and trying to make other players better. Transition from high school to college uh was a bit difficult, my freshman year, because we were young. We only had a couple seniors on the team at the time, and and coach, his I think at the time too was his like only his second or third year there, so he was new too. So I guess he was, I was coming to something, like a building stage, and a building stage which is good, because you want to be known for something new, just make some noise from the bottom, so yeah, it wasn't, I would say, a very difficult transition. It was more also just trying to find my the rhythm, my rhythm, and trying to switch from high school style of basketball to college style of basketball. This is
Oh,
more,
okay.
what I'm saying, more about you just is watching film, and and getting in that gym and working on stuff that you need to work on, the little things. And that's one of the things that Coach Majerus really preached to me is the little things, inches counted, and and most people, some people don't care about those inches. You know what I'm saying? Those things that win championships, win games. And so
Yeah, most definitely. Now, I know the coach, and I see I got to do. Well, I'm glad you told me about your head coach, like all the other stuff as far as like him, like just being crazy and stuff. I like them
yeah,
type of coaches because them type of coaches like push the best out of you.
right.
I always knew he was a good coach, but
Hmm.
I didn't know he was, the coach, just pushing that best out of you. So so yeah, that's good to know. So you was a young pup at St. Louis, but you get 18, what is it, 18 rookie, all rookie team, right?
Yeah.
You coming incoming freshman, like how you feeling? Like you a starting point guard, you get 18. I mean, A10 all team rookie. How did that make you feel? Like,
Man, I like just I don't know, just I always, I mean, just for me, basketball, is my passion, and just to play that level of basketball at at a high stage, and and play against other schools, and and come in, like you said, as a freshman, because um, and to just make an impact so early, for a club, I mean, for a school that that's kind of like in the beginning, and
mhm.
to also do it, with a group of guys that that I haven't met at all, just to come in, and just meet these guys all over, all over the state, and just come in and and get the business, and be coached by one of the great coaches, and put in the work, and and just your whole, everybody's dream, is to make an NBA, and so just at that young age, I just wanted, to come in, and do whatever it takes to win games, and whatever, was be defensive player of the year, MVP, all team, six man, it didn't matter, just
Yeah,
some impact the help, the team win games.
yeah, for sure. Hey, you know what? And you did that, Kwame. You most definitely went in there, made an impact because what the A10 tourney, you hit the game-winning bucket against LaSalle and had your career high 26 points. Around that time, when in the tourney, you scored at 26 points, your career high against LaSalle. Like, how you feeling? Are you feeling like you know what I'm saying? Like, that little swag we get where
Yeah,
we get like in our comfort zone, and
yeah.
coming into St. Louis, freshman point guard, trying to figure it out, find your identity, and then here you go as a freshman scoring 20, your career high 26-point go ahead bucket. What's your mindset around that time if you can remember?
Um, I do remember that game. From just when you in a rhythm, and I think one of my things that I really worked on and got better in college was my confidence. And when you got confidence, man, it just the only person that can stop is yourself. And so some of those, like, I can remember some of those games that I offensively or defensively, it was just more about confidence, and I think that for sure that LaSalle game, my career high was definitely, my confidence, and my teammates believing in me, my teammates believing in me, and and doing whatever it takes to get the W. So that that game against LaSalle, that 26 points, they felt that type of, that swag feeling that everybody they have a
Yeah,
good game.
we haven't. Yeah. Yeah. And if I am mistaken, you led the team that year in steals. I believe you averaged like 1.7, 1.8 steals per game. So that's definitely like a great, accolade to have, So yeah, that's pretty dope. So fast forward in a little bit. Y'all make it to the NCAA tournament 2012, right?
Hmm.
All right. So you played upstate high school basketball, right?
Right.
You know how that environment and you know how that feel. Now you in the NCAA tournament. What's going through your mind when you step on that floor? Y'all playing against Memphis, man. First game in the NCAA tournament. Like, explain like the feeling and like just the whole full blown experience stepping on that floor, knowing that you got a lot of people watching you on TV and in the arena.
Right. So it's it's crazy you bring this topic up. So that was my first. So this is my first time ever making to the NCAA tournament, and when you have like that 2 week gap to prepare for the tournament, um, uh, I had got hurt really, like I got hurt really bad, like a sprained ankle. I'm talking about high sprained ankle, like and just it just it was one of those times where I thought that I wasn't gonna be able to play, and the first time to taste, the March Madness dance, environment, and I had got hurt really bad in one of the preparation practices. So just going forward, like just you know obviously when we got selected and all that, everybody excited, watching the selection, on Sunday and all that. I mean that whole experience was amazing because a lot of kids dream of that, man. So just to be there, with the coaching staff, family and friends, my teammates, and to experience that uh that moment was definitely something that definitely I can just I can just play it by, like a tape recorder, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, going into you know the preparation, getting there, in Columbus, and preparing for a Memphis very athletic transition team. Man, like first game out, nobody had us going past them, and and we were the underdogs at the time, and I feel like my whole life I was the underdog, man. So for me, man, it was just um, it wasn't nothing, something new for me, it's just going in and and playing with confidence, playing against because you on national TV, everybody watching, everybody
Yeah.
watching. You got family out there, traveling from different states, and so I think that year, I mean, I wasn't worried. I mean, that we had a great group of guys. Our chemistry was crazy. I think what made us a tough team to beat were we had guys to have a night, a good game any night. Whether I would say our bench was like 9, 10 deep. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's probably what why and people will still call us the underdog, but I mean, but we wasn't compared to these high very known colleges,
Yeah.
like Memphis, and I think at the time they had some very they had some NBA I think the guys on there that went to they got drafted
Yeah, was
the
that,
following summer. Yeah.
was that wasn't like Chris Douglas Roberts, was it? Not that year, right?
No, that was like Will Barton. Remember Will Barton?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Will Barton.
they had the big guy Dorsey. I forgot his first name.
Yeah, the big swole Dorsey.
Yeah. They had him, and then they had a couple other guys too that play overseas and also went to the NBA. So yeah. So I mean, our coach, coaching staff, did a great job preparing us for that game. Um, we didn't. I feel like one of the things that we had to stop was and like I said, Coach Majerus, his philosophy is defense, man. Defense, and Memphis at the time their strength was transition. So we slowed the game down, you know, and that right there kind of really hurted them, because I mean they all their points came from transition, So we offensively we ran that clock. And you got to guard us. If you want to run, you got to guard us for these 35 seconds.
Yeah, they do. They definitely got a guard. Now on y'all St. Louis team, y'all had a kid from Milwaukee on there, didn't y'all? Or he was like from the Wisconsin area?
He's from Tulsa. He's from Tulsa. Jake Barnett.
That's him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was on that team with the
yeah.
NCAA run, right?
Yeah, my boy Jake. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that kid, man. Y'all, yeah, that's definitely now he came in with you, right?
No, he came. He came in a year after. He transferred from somewhere. He transferred from a different school, and he came in my sophomore year.
Okay, your sophomore
Yeah.
year. Okay. So y'all played Memphis. Athletic, fast, they pushed the ball. You had 22 points, Kwamain. What did you like? How were them buckets? Was it were them points in transition, half court set, with the players holding you on the island or what? Like,
Well, I think so. I told you before. I got I had got hurt, before the preparation. I had like a really bad ankle, and I had to get like a cortisone shot and all this,
yeah,
I think for me it was the adrenaline and not let my team, like this probably be my last time I'm gonna get this, and then everybody, and for me, I'm a very competitive person, so watching ESPN and hearing in the media like, oh, Memphis gonna kill St. Louis, that kind of motivated me, like kind of like, you know, um, don't even worry about this injury, the pain, the pain's there, but I don't feel it, so kind of, more of a like a I would say a mental toughness, at the time where I had to just like not think about it and go out there, and find a way to win the game. And I feel like our coaches, gave us a great scouting report to beat this very athletic team, and we can just for me just confidence, man, confidence, and then the boys that I called that became my brothers, man, eventually around me, surrounding me, helping me, together and be that Memphis team. So I mean that Memphis team is very athletic, man. I'm talking about just I'm talking defensively, transition, rebounding, offensively, man. I mean they had a really, really very athletic team that year. I mean, yeah, that that season, man.
okay, yeah. So that's dope. I actually remember watching it back at the time and just being excited, for you. And it's crazy that I forgot the kid name, but I was watching it for him too. Like, yeah, tight. So yeah, man, you had a wonderful college career, man. And I hope whoever watching the show and watch this episode, I hope, these young kids, embrace, the work you put in, since, you started playing basketball and just, seeing the growth, out of you when it comes to sports, as a man and everything. So that's I love to hear these stories, man. So yeah, yeah. So fast forwarding just a tad bit.
Yeah.
Um, you graduate college, of course, get your degree. After college, do you get any NBA workouts? Do you go to any summer leagues or anything like that?
No, I had a couple like private workouts with the Houston Rockets. I had about two in Houston with at the time where I got my agent, and he knew a guy from the Rockets like very well, like best friend. So I went down there for a month, and I was training with you probably heard of a guy. Is um his son played. I mean, they both played in the NBA. Lucas, John Lucas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
John. Yeah.
yeah, so John Luke. So I went down there and was training with him, for a month, and then I went to go ahead and had like a pro workout with the Houston Rockets. So I mean that was fun. Then at the time it was I had to figure out what I'm gonna do. Go to D League or something like that. So then I ended up you know pursuing a career in Europe, man. And ever since then I'm just loving it, man, loving
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So, okay, so the NBA don't work out. You don't do no summer league. You don't do none of that.
Oh.
And what was the first if you can remember, what was the first league that you went to and played in, and like how was that for you?
My first season I played in Czech Republic, and
Oh,
Czech Republic. I was in a very small city. Um, I mean that year I was MVP of my rookie year. So I mean that I feel like your first year always a key year for to set you up for for your future. And um, you know, I wasn't, just playing overseas. It's not for everybody, man. You're away from family and friends, man. It's just like you basically on your own, and and trying to adapt to certain like situations, the language barrier, and then you got like different cultures. But for me, man, that's all like like it's like a challenge for me that I'm like ready to embrace. Like just obviously basketball is it's my job. I'm coming to help to make money and and to hoop. But at the same time, you still got a life outside of basketball, man. And then
Yeah.
that whole journey experience for me, it's it's like another job itself, in itself, and just and and the thing for me, like what's important thing for me is like you got to learn how to balance between
Yeah.
the ball life, and the social life over there. So and man, and then ever since I've been over there, I made so many, man, good people, man, networking, man. I mean, accomplished so many things over there, championships, individual awards, man. Just
Yeah.
and seeing the world, man. It's something that people would dream to do, man. Just my
Yeah.
passport is just stamped with different, different. So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah, that bad boy stamped up on what Kwamain.
for sure.
Yeah, so do the coaches, do they understand English, or do they speak? I know they probably barely speak English, right? Or
Um, to be honest, since I have been playing, I would say I haven't really had any problems communicating with the coach because of the language barrier. They, I think like over, the basketball, industry over in Europe is like you gotta be able to speak English because you know, a lot of these teams are made of foreign players. Whether it's from the USA or different countries. In Europe. So I feel like the like if the coach can't really speak English, he'll have an assistant that speak English. So he'll kind of like relate the information to him, and then the assistant will let to you. So I mean, they'll find a way to get the message across. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah, they'll find a
saying?
way. Yeah, yeah. Now, as far as the players though, have you ever ran into some players that just completely don't understand English, or
No, I probably ran to probably one. I mean, it's a very low percentage, man. But he could understand it, but it's hard for him to respond back. Because he so like and that's why the local players there are there to help him out to help him out and get and so all of us be on the same page. But mostly, some of the coaches speak their local language, and then they speak the English. So like at they so everybody will be on the same page. So like there's no misunderstanding. If somebody mess up, he ain't trying to have no excuses. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and pretty much. I mean, e- everybody over there got IQ is very high. And so I feel like if there's a problem with a coach, if there's a problem with something the coach trying to get something across the players or the team, the players will find a way to make sure we all know what's going on.
yeah,
Anybody out there, on the island, man, is out there and not knowing what's going on. So yeah, I was yeah, I feel like
yeah.
that 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 issue is not really a problem. I mean, for me, I haven't experienced that type of problem yet. So
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that's cool. I always wanted to know that though. Just like, okay, these guys that go overseas and play the game of basketball, like, do they coaches, speak English? And of course that came in my head, like, well, maybe the assistants speak English. And then I was like, well, what if the players don't? Like, what if your guys on the court just like they trying to tell you, Kwamain, like, we ran this set and you don't understand
you
that, you
understand?
don't understand. Always wanted to know that though. So but so your career overseas, have you played against, being in them year leagues, have you ever played against someone that you played against in college or that was on your college team or from Milwaukee, Wisconsin or anything? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's it's crazy because Europe is so big, man. But basketball, man, you can see somebody you didn't play in AAU, and it was crazy to see some guys that I played, ex NBA players that that I watched on TV, growing up. Um, some guys that I played pro am leagues with in the summer, and like in one of the the big tournaments is the TBT. So I see a few guys over there playing. It's just like, yeah, man. It's just like, you never know who you go run against,
yeah,
and I played against some players that I played against at college. Yeah, so yeah, man. It just it's crazy how there's so many leagues over there, man. So many leagues over in Europe, but you can still run into somebody that you played with, in grade school or in college, or
yeah, yeah,
it's
that's dope.
crazy.
That's dope, man. Just basketball itself, man. Like
Yeah.
I try to tell these young kids that I coach, I just tell them like, that saying that everyone said, that everyone say that is bigger than basketball. Like y'all will understand that as y'all get older. Like you just meet so many great, wonderful people, and you can travel the world, and like, man, just playing basketball. People on the outside looking in, they probably just look like you just play basketball, but they don't understand like the
Man,
dedication and
yeah.
yeah, the people you can meet and man. So playing basketball is like wonderful. Now, speaking of TBT, man, what's good, man? St. Louis ain't getting no team. You ain't making no phone calls up, man.
Nah, they ain't. Nah, we have a team this year. I think some of the guys, like some of the key guys, got left out going on this summer.
Mm.
Also, we got a couple guys that's in the summer league, the NBA summer league. So, yeah, I mean, I think next year we probably come with a team, but the times that we did do the TBT, man, it was very fun, man, very fun. I think one of the years we played against the Marquette team, the Marquette Eagles team. Yeah, man. So that that was fun, man. Really fun. I saw some, familiar faces, on that team. Some guys that I played with, also came across in Europe a couple of times, and also just growing, from the Milwaukee area. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was fun, man. That was fun.
Yeah, that's dope. So what year was that y'all was in the TBT? You remember?
I can't even remember. I think that's probably was the it was I think it was the second or third year the TBT came. Like when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when they had and I think at the time, at the time, Wes Matthews was coaching that team. I think he was coaching.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
yep, so, yep.
I remember that year. Okay, so you played against that team. I know that felt pretty good. Like, man, I'm playing against, Marquette.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. So now I know it's a different ball game. I know you played professional basketball, of course, overseas. You played college basketball at a high level. Now playing for $1 million, like, tell me what, like, dude. I know kids be extra locked in, right? Like,
Man, yeah, yeah. Cause like the crazy thing is like when this first tournament came when this first tournament came to everybody interest, like they was like, oh, for $1 million, like, all right, bro, let's make a team and just go win this money. But after it wasn't that easy, man. It sounded like you could just pick anybody up and go win some money. Nah, man, it's like that the how they set up, like the different rules, like different time zones, and and you like, okay, a group of guys,
yeah.
so you could have a team, full of guys that can hoop, man, but it's only one ball. It's only one
Yeah.
ball. You know what I'm saying? Everybody chasing that money, but there are certain things where, I mean, you got to be, I say, real organized, and I think, as the seasons went on, TBT got, man, so interested to watch, man, with like all these alumni teams, man, like these, these some of these players you watched in college, the companies that's they're still doing it, playing overseas. So and like then like after a while, these people start picking their roster very carefully, man. Like I
Yeah,
want him, you know what I'm saying? Like So yeah, like I said, like the first 2 years, everybody was like, hey man, like, we can win this, but now like that money is
yeah,
I think every year it goes up a little bit, but it ain't hard. I mean, I said it ain't easy to win that money, man. It ain't
yeah.
easy, man.
Just dog fights every
Dog
game.
fights every game, man.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, I like the experience though, because it's like it's one and done,
Yep.
the amount of money, and then you get to see a lot of players that we watched in college and we may have not seen anymore, but then TBT come back around, it's like, oh man, I forgot
I,
such
I,
he paid for it. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I definitely love what TBT be doing, and
yeah.
I hope they continue to grow. So and hopefully we see St. Louis in there next year, right? Come on.
Man, we need to be back in there, man. I feel like, and the thing is, we haven't even had our really like full roster for all the guys that really put St. Louis on the map, man, and really impacted with their skills. So I feel like if we can get all those those pieces together, man, we could definitely make a run in that tournament, man.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I know y'all can. So so we know each other. So I know you were just recently telling me that you just won a championship over Europe, right?
Yep.
Okay, Europe, right? So just tell me about that experience in that season, going into leading to a championship.
Yeah, I mean, just honor, blessed, and 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 give that man up there, man, to all the credit, man, because I'm 32 years old, man, still still doing it. And I feel great, body feel great, and to um, it's always a good feeling to go to a whole different environment, situation, and make and make history, and come out with that goal. And this year, I mean, it was kind of difficult because of COVID. Some of our players get COVID, injuries, and I with throughout the whole season. And this was the first year, not the first year, but this was the year where fans start coming back to the games, because before that fans can't really come, and just, man, I can just remember like the year before this year, it was quiet in the gym, man. It was just you and your team, your teammates cheering you on, man, with no fans because the whole COVID thing. So to be playing back in front of fans, man, it was great. We had a great Switzerland had a team in Freiburg had a great fan base there, and yeah, like, and we had a really good solid roster this year. And just to go back home, back to the States with knowing you're a champion, man, was a great feeling, man. Great feeling, and to be back to see family and friends.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And a lot of people don't know this about you, Kwame. You like laid back, cool, quiet. Now I know with your inner circle, you probably silly, crack
Right,
jokes, all that type of stuff. But overall, you are a laid back, quiet dude, and I want to give you your flowers now because I follow you on social media, and if I ain't mistaken, I don't even think you even posted like anything like far as like you winning the championship or your overseas accolades because you're such a humble guy.
right,
But yeah, just I just wanted people to know because a lot of people have probably ain't seen Kwame or heard about Kwame in years. So
right.
that's why I'm glad telling your story, letting people know that you still playing basketball, you still getting after it, you're a champion, and you're getting paid to do this, something you love. So I definitely appreciate you coming on the Barcode podcast, man. It means a lot to me, man. to do this interview with you, man. Basically chop it up, man. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoyed all the stories and everything, man. So I do gotta ask this is the last question right here, bro. And I'm putting you on the spot. Dominican, give me top 5 from Dominican all time.
All time?
All time. Come on, man. Talk to me, baby.
All time. All right, this no order. There's no order. I got, I got my boy JR. My boy JR. I put me in that. I got my boy Dwayne. My boy Dwayne. Who else I got in there? I mean, can you put Greek Freak's brother in there?
This your top 5. You want Greek? Look at the finger. You want Greek?
Hey, what was I putting? I got my boy Brandon Brown. Got to put Brandon Brown in there.
All right, you got one more.
Yeah, one more. Hey, who else was in there, man? What's his name that went to he played in the league too. What's his name? He went to Maryland.
Diamond Stone.
Diamond Stone. Yeah.
I was getting worried for a second. Kwamain, Kwamain, you ain't gonna put Diamond Stone.
Yeah, Diamond. I'm with Diamond there, man.
I like that 5, man. Look, I'm biased. As long as my boy Kwamain, well, all y'all my boys. I don't know like that, but I like that top 5. I can
top 5. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I can live with that. So yeah, bro, I appreciate you coming to the show, man. Taking time out your day to come chop it up with not just me, but everybody. So, man, you take care, continue to grow, and then once you retire, let me know, man. We gonna have some margaritas, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, cute, man. Anytime, baby.
Yeah, for sure, man. Scholar for life, baby. Love.
Scholar for life, man. Love.
All right, yeah.
Just touched down, back on road, counting money, man. You know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my bitch to strike a pose. Hop in mode.